Begin the call today with LSU coach Frank Wilson. The Tigers are open this week prior to their trip to Tuscaloosa to play Alabama on Saturday, September 8th. To ask a question for Coach Wilson, please use the raise hand function. And Coach, while we wait on those questions, if you could take a moment to comment on your team as you enter this week's open date.
Thank you very much, Chuck. The open week could have not come at a better time for us in the midst of our transition. But it's really been a time of reflection for our organization, for our football team, a time to really galvanize one another, to come together to get us better. And so in the midst of our transition, we conducted our first practice on yesterday, which was a spirited one. It was really, really positive to see our team so engaged with enthusiasm, excited about being out there with one another. At the back end of the practice, we had a Tiger Bowl, if you will, in a celebratory manner with our young players and their development to see them showcase their skill set. We celebrated them. They competed extremely well as young Tigers. And we'll continue to build on that. We'll come back today with yet another snapshot of our upcoming opponent in this bye week. So we're making proper preparations to get ahead, to get an advance report and ideals of how we want to game plan against them. But honestly, it's not the priority. The priority is for us to be fundamentally sound and continue to develop this team and to develop our young players. And we're doing so and making strides in that direction.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start off today with Cokie Riley of The Advocate.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Cokie.
Coach, I was wondering about Whit Weeks' and his injury status heading into this Alabama game. Did he practice at all yesterday?
He did not practice yesterday. He had an evaluation that's trending. We got positive news on him. I'm optimistic more now than ever before that the probability of him playing in this game is a reality. I don't know that for a fact just yet. It'll need to continue to trend in the right direction. But he had a very, very productive day from a rehabilitation standpoint, from a diagnostic standpoint on his status. So I would say he's ascending and the trajectory is in the right direction for a possibility of playing in the game.
And Coach, over these next 4 games, who are some younger players that you want to see maybe step into bigger roles who haven't really had the opportunity yet, or guys who can take this opportunity and just sort of further develop? Who are some younger guys who kind of stand out to you?
Yeah, you look at us in this past week, we started a true freshman at left tackle who had some spots, but also had some growing pains. I'd like to believe that Carius Kern will continue to trend in that direction, to continue to develop and be a bright spot for us. We started the first half of this last game with Harlan Berry, who we felt was very productive early on in the game. We'd like to continue his development as well from the running back perspective on offense. And then I think you look at those two specifically in some of our young talented players where we need a facelift, if you will, in special teams that will be contributors to us. We've gotten after it pretty good yesterday and will again today in some talented young linebackers and young safeties that we think can add value to us in that 1/3 of the football game. They will have opportunity to step forward and be able to contribute. So a myriad of young guys that have not played, whether they're true freshmen or just not have played a lot, that will integrate into this upcoming game.
Next, we'll go to Corey Diaz of the Daily Advertiser.
Frank, good morning.
Good morning, Corey.
Yeah, Frank, I guess along those same lines, as you navigate this off week and into next week, I know you guys will start prep on Alabama probably here in a couple of days, but do you anticipate having, I guess, more evaluation periods on specific positions or players than maybe like a team normally would at this point in time in the year?
Yeah, so you naturally would do your self-scout. You look at the things that you've done well. You look at the things you have not done well, and you try to build off of it. You look at your tendencies of your team, your calls, your openers, all of those things that would allow an opponent to prepare for you best. And you try to position your football team to be able to counter that so that you are not predictable, that you're doing something insane presentation that may be slightly different. And so we'll continue to do those things for us as a coaching staff, as we challenge ourselves and scout ourselves as well. But from a player perspective, our saying here is the depth chart, it's etched in saying that you have room for growth, that you can make a move, that you can advance yourself, position yourself for playing time, even within the season. And so we'll continue to foster that. We'll continue to evaluate that. And whether it is in what we call right now a Tiger Bowl scrimmage format, or in practices when we're competing with one another with a heavy emphasis in one-on-ones. It is the ultimate team sport that comes down to you winning your one-on-ones. And so we'll compete in that manner and continue, yes, to evaluate guys for opportunity to increase playing time.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Michael Cobble of WBRZ.
Hey, good morning, Frank.
Hey, Michael.
I wanted to talk a little bit about your quarterbacks. Do you feel like Garrett Nussmeier is still the starter for this team? And if so, is there an increased role, or would you like to see an increased role for Michael Van Buren?
Yeah, fair question. I think Garrett is our starting quarterback. I think he gives us a great opportunity to be efficient with our offense. I think Michael has a skill set that adds value to our football team that will be called upon, that could help us win the game. And at the end of the day, we're going to do what it takes to win the game. But Garrett Nussmeier is our starting quarterback. Michael Van Buren does have a skill set that could add value and help this football team win. And our intentions are to position ourselves to be able to do those things to give us every opportunity to win a football game.
And I understand the changes on offense that you went through yesterday. Being, in the position you're in right now, do you feel like everyone's voice needs to be amplified a little bit more in that collective game planning piece? And is that something that you welcome, right? Like those guys you work with welcome?
Yeah, we do. We do. Yes, I welcome it. Yes, I encourage it because we all have stake in it and we all have great minds. And when we come together, we could ultimately agree or disagree on what's good for our team. What do our offensive linemen do best? What do our quarterback does best? What do our receivers do exceptionally well? Based on that, our philosophy has to be thought about through players, not plays. And so schematically, we'll take on our opponent through the lens of our players more than just the play and the things that they do well. We'll ask them to do. We'll put them in position to do to give us every advantage that we can in each one of those prospective positions.
Thanks, Frank. I'm excited for you, man. Good luck.
Thank you, Mike.
Next, we'll go to Wilson Alexander, the Advocate.
Hey, Frank. Good morning.
Hey, Wilson. How are you?
Doing okay. On the line of Garrett Nussmeier, kind of following up on that, what would you just like to see from him over the next 4 games? I know it hasn't been quite the year that he expected. What do you think y'all can do to help him maybe be a little bit more productive over the last month of the season?
Yeah, cater to his strength. Do the things that he does well. Ask him to do the things that he's very proficient in, the things that he's very effective in. Not ask him to do more than he needs to do. And so our ability to do those things, to give him and put him in position to cater to his skill set, both athletically and mentally. There's things that he likes and and does well. And so we want to do those things for him. We owe it to him to put him in that position. He's a very talented quarterback. He didn't coincidentally get to the status that he is with an inability. And so now it's urgent upon us to be able to identify that and game plan around that so that he's able to have the success that he wants, that we need, that ultimately affects the outcome of the game for our football team.
You alluded to Michael maybe being able to add value. What sort of situations could he be used in moving forward?
Yeah, we haven't finalized that in our game planning just yet. But there are things that he does very well that we'll ask him to do that we may not necessarily ask Garrett to do. And it'll be for the benefit of the football team and the strength of his skill set.
Thank you.
Coach, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much.